Good day, everyone. Welcome to our lesson 2 in Mathematics 8. Our lesson for today is about factoring by grouping in factoring general trinomials. This is for our first quarter, week 2. Our most essential learning competencies are: first, factor completely different types of polynomials. These are polynomials with common monomial factor, difference of two squares, sum indifference of two cubes, perfect square trinomials, and general trinomials. Second, solve word problems involving factors of polynomials. So let's start. Factoring by grouping. Polynomials may contain common monomial or binomial factors. When a polynomial has 4 or more terms, common factors can sometimes be used in factoring by grouping. The terms are grouped such that the common factor in a group is also the common factor in the other group. For example, factor x squared minus 2x plus xy minus 2y completely. And here is our solution. X squared minus 2x plus xy minus 2y is equal to open parenthesis x squared minus 2x close parenthesis plus open parenthesis xy minus 2y close parenthesis. So, ang ginawa natin, we group the terms. Second step, x times open parenthesis x minus 2 close parenthesis plus y open parenthesis x minus 2 close parenthesis. Again, I repeat, the parenthesis indicates multiplication. What we have done is we factor out x and y. And lastly, open parenthesis x minus 2 times open parenthesis x plus y close parenthesis. That is the final factor of our equation. At times, the basic approach to be used to factor can be recognized only after rearranging and regrouping the terms. For example, factor for xy minus wz plus 4xw minus yz completely. Solution, rewrite natin yung ating problem. Rearrange the terms. Why? Because 4xy and wz have no common factor. So, ito na yung maging result once na ating ni-regroup or rearrange ang terms. Open parenthesis 4xy plus 4xw close parenthesis minus yz plus wz. Sir, bakit po naging positive yung yz and wz? Kasi yung negative sign andun sa labas ng parenthesis. Once we multiply that negative sign inside the signs inside the parenthesis, it will be positive. Negative, sorry. May bad. 4x times y plus w minus z y plus w. So, andyan na yung ating common factor, yung y plus w. And lastly, open parenthesis y plus w times 4x minus z. That is our factor. Steps in factoring 4 or more terms by grouping. First, rearrange and group terms. Collect terms into two groups so that each group has a common factor. Second, factor within a group. Remove the common factor each group. Third, factor the entire polynomial. Remove the common binomial factor from the entire polynomial. And last, write the expression as a product of the common factor and the remaining factor. Factoring x squared plus bx plus c. Factoring a trinomial of the form x squared plus bx plus c means to express the trinomial as the product of two binomials of the form open parenthesis x plus m close parenthesis open parenthesis again x plus n close parenthesis. FOIL method, which means first, outer, inner, and last. So mamaya gagamitin natin yan. We have here an example. Factor x squared plus x minus 6. And here is our solution. Find one negative and one positive number whose product is negative 6 and whose sum is 1. Since the middle term is positive, the sign of the larger number is positive. Factors of negative 6, its product, and the sum of its factors. So we have negative 1 and 6. The product is, of course, negative 6. But the sum is equal to positive 5. And here's the other factor, negative 2 and 3. The sum, of course, negative 6. And the product is negative 6 and the sum is positive 1. Therefore, the numbers are negative 2 and 3. And we have x squared plus x minus 6 is equal to open parenthesis x minus 2 close parenthesis x plus 3 as our factor. Here are some clues when factoring trinomial of the form x squared plus bx plus c. When the coefficient of the first term of the trinomial is 1, and the middle and last terms are positive, then it means that the two number factors we are looking for are both positives. Second, when the coefficient of the first term of the trinomial is 1, and the middle term is negative, and the last term is positive, then the two number factors we are looking for are both negative. Third, when the coefficient of the first term of the trinomial is 1 and the last term is negative, then the two number factors we are looking for have different signs. The sign of the middle term is the same as the sign of the larger number. So, I hope na malinaw itong part na to sa inyo. Factoring by grouping ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 1. So, meron tayong mga situations that yung ating problem or ang ating polynomials ay yung at variable or yung kanyang numeric coefficient variable ay not equal to 1. When the coefficient of a of the term ax squared is not 1, there are more possibilities for factoring to consider. We will consider two methods of factoring this trinomial using trial and error and factoring by grouping. So let's start with method 1, trial and error. So we have here factor 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. And here is our solution. First step, factor the first and last terms, which is 3x squared, na ang kanyang factors ay 3x times x, and 2, which is yung factors niya ay 2 times 1. Then second step, write the possible pairs of factors, which is 3x plus 2 and x plus 1 and 3x plus 1 and x plus 2. So as well, you can observe na pinagpalit lang natin yung positioning ng factors ng 2, which is yung 2 and 1. And then third step, check for the correct middle term using the FOIL method. So ito na yung sinasabi natin, gagamitin natin yung FOIL method. So we have here 3x plus 1 and x plus 2. Yan. Yan yung kanyang ating anuhin mamaya. 1 times x and 3x times 2. So yung 3x times 2, meron tayong 6x. And 1 times x, meron tayong x. Then add those two terms, we have 7x as our middle term. So mali. It's the wrong middle term na hinahanap natin. So let's try the other equation or the other factors. We have 3x plus 2 and x plus 1. So 2 times x and 3x times 1. And here is the result. 3x times 1 is 3x and 2x times x. 2 times x is 2x. So if we were going to add those two, we have 5x. So that is the correct middle term. Therefore, our answer is 3x plus 2 and x plus 1 as our factors. Using factoring by grouping, this is the second step. Get out wrong. The steps. Using factoring by grouping, get the product of the first and last terms. Okay. So 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. B. Find two numbers whose product is 6x squared and whose sum is 5x. Yan. Second step na pala yun. Naguluhan lang ako. Okay. Factors of this is 6x squared, product, and sum. So factors niya is 6x and x. And if we were going to multiply that, we have 6x plus x, which is 7x. Ang sum niya. And we have 2x times 3x. Yung kanyang factor or yung kanyang product is 6x squared. And if we were going to add those two, we have 5x. The numbers are 2x and 3x. Arrange the terms and apply factoring by grouping. 3x squared plus 5x plus 2 is equal to 3x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 2. Ayan. Yan yung ating middle term, 5x. Equals 3x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 2. And then we have x times 3x plus 2 plus 3x plus 2. And then we have 3x plus 2 times x plus 1. Sir, saan galing si 1? Galing si 1 sa numerical coefficient ng positive sign natin sa labas ng parentheses na 3x plus 2. Here are the steps in factoring a trinomial in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 1 using the trial and error method. 1. Look for a common factor if there's any. Second, factor the first term ax squared. Third, factor the last term c. And last, look for the factors of ax squared and c such that the sum of their product is the middle term bx. The following are the steps in factoring trinomial in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 1 using the grouping method. So, first, look for a common factor if any. Second, get the product of the first and last terms. Then, test if it is possible to find factor whose sum is equal to the middle term. Third, think of two expressions. Product is equal to ax squared times c, and whose sum is equal to bx. And last, arrange the terms and apply the basic steps in factoring by grouping. Let's remember, the steps in factoring by grouping are as follows. First, rearrange in group terms. Second, factor within a group. Third, factor the entire polynomial. And last, write the expression as a product of the common factor in the remaining factor. And that's the end of our lesson. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something. Enjoy!